SKADE take the opening win on Inferno. Their map pick, but it was double OT. And it certainly wasn't easy as the last time these two went head-to-head. Now we're moving over to the train yard. And Dinko, the first thing I want to look at here is Ambush right now. Got to be feeling pretty good. Yes, it might suck that you lost when it comes to overtime. You were fighting back. You were in such a deficit. Remember, it was like 9-0 or 10-0 overall. But you can quite happily look at Train now for Ambush and think, well, wait a second. We've got a really good chance in this. And SKADE certainly don't seem to have all the answers right now. The interesting one is that these two teams did face against each other last time on Train. It was 16-14. So it was a narrow victory there for Ambush. But they certainly improved when it came to Inferno. So I don't expect the same here on Train.
Yeah, that's the only loss for SKADE as well on Train. And they've actually beat quite a few good teams there, and quite convincingly. So this could be very, very interesting. I think we're going to get another close-up there. I think we've got the statistics. You've got the proof in the last map that these two teams are pretty evenly matched. So we'll see whether or not that can continue. Rocking is the last man in the knife round. This knife round is much more important than the one we talked about at Dust 2, right? You brought up yesterday, that's completely unimportant. But Train is completely different. This knife round is very important. T-side is very, very difficult indeed. And well, it's going to be SKADE starting on that T-side. And this was a weaker affair for them on Inferno.
And I really think, right, I want to see more events take this style. We had the one in Malta, and now we've had this here for the GG.Bet Wins Cup of having a knife round in every best of three. Because just because you picked it doesn't mean you should always suffer and start on the tougher side, right? This gives us now a reason for knives to be relevant again. And as you can see, the odds on here, a lot closer this time around when it comes to Train. Slightly favoring Ambush here. And guys, if you favor Ambush, you want to place a bet on Ambush, start your new year with one of our bonuses from GG.Bet. You can head over to GG.Bet, sign up, make a deposit, and if you use the code GG.Bet.com, you get 125% bonus additional. That's a huge amount. Love to see it.
We have seen a lot of teams taking their time during these knife rounds to get started on the pistol. I'll run down the clock as much as possible. But T-side, something we actually praised SKADE for yesterday. Something that didn't really have their backs today. So maybe they've just got to find that consistency I was talking about and sort of keep it up on both sides of the map. We'll see what they can do on their T side. They're going to get started here on the pistol. We'll see what sort of investment Spellon decides to go with, because everyone else has Kevlar, so I'm assuming he'll take the utility as the IGL. He'll also go for the P250. Now, I might want to see him throw that P250 to someone with Kevlar. I think the P250, if you give it to someone with Kevlar, it's definitely a little bit more viable, but he's going to keep it anyway. He's going to have the utility and the P250. Over an Ambush, it's 3 sets of Kevlar, a little bit more utility to work with alongside the kit for Berry. And they've gone for a 3-2 setup with the B-bomb side to start things off, anticipating perhaps just a B hit. It's going to be a wrap, so you send these 2 players through Ivy, and the 2 players quickly through upper on B. And the players from Ivy can start to wrap through CT lit, or they can just finish on the A-bomb side.
Want to battle back and forth here. A good amount of damage done, but this is the one that comes into large and in charge. Spellon starting off strong, looking for more, but Larson in a good spot.
Ooh.
Still got Rouse to back him up, and damage being done across the board, but they're just trading out. It's working now into a 1v1. CK, he's been such an important player here for the Ambush lineup across all these games, and he'll finish it off with a 4K, starting off with a 4K, and that's a man who delivered many of them in the previous game.
Yeah, he's quite used to getting multi-frags, and well, that's a really good step up from him, because SKADE find those initial kills and they run in through B. Their idea was to send those 2 players very quickly into B to try and cause that shock factor and to get that rotation through. They do rotate 1 extra player over from Ambush, but they don't fully believe the fit, because they don't see the bomb there, right? So they keep most of the players on the A side, they see what's going on, they cause the rotation back in, they get rid of the 2 players who are causing a problem for them on B, and they're able to step up in the form of CK really alone. So Ambush, pistol pickup, now they should have an easy time of things, because SKADE have decided to not invest into this. Tap from Berry on the MP9, wanting to get aggressive, wants a couple of these ecos, but he has bid it into the open, and Raf2 takes his head off from afar with a P250.
Larson going out to try and grab the weapon. Remember, he's saving up for that AWP. At least it avoids SKADE actually having an additional weapon to fight with, but Larson is going to have to find his way out of this. Sprays out forward, and CK, he's going down. He had the M4 in his hand. This is not what they would have wanted. Rouse is straight on top of it, but he now needs to deal with the rest of them. Damage to be done. That nade came out in the perfect time. And that may just help them save the day as only Spellin remains with 26 health. He's down at Ivy. Larson's going to have to be looking for him. Deeg in hand. But still going to be a difficult one for him to fight off with. Tries to get the one tap in. Larson avoids it for now.
Oh, good kill from Larson, 2-0. Ambush, they won the pistol, they find the follow-up. And moving into this next one, this is where SKADE will throw down the gauntlet. They'll have the real chance to invest. There's not going to be an AWP unless they go for some crazy glass cannon on Rainwaker, which he has never done. So this is going to be the full rifle setup. Utility in their back pockets. And I don't know what we're going to see here from SKADE. I think we'll start to see early on whether or not they have anything prepared on train on their T side.
So they have any set pieces. SKADE, right? T side was where they do have the better opportunities. That's where they feel a bit more comfortable. But this is train.
Well, this is really good. I like the way they sent Rock, you know, but he didn't really know what to do. When he was just kind of thrown there, he's expecting to start taking fights immediately. But when Ambush have such a passive setup, they're just hiding, they're letting the fight come to them, and they're just stopping them from getting anywhere near choke points. You can see Rocking was completely confused. He had no idea what to do after that. And once they don't get the opening, things start to crumble, and a multi-kill coming in from CK and Barry, 2 between each of them. And it's 3-0 now. Ambush, that's a great round to win. So clean as well.
There's a bit more of a scrappy push coming out there as well.
Yeah, it was very like disjointed. You had that one guy rocking just straight out early. His plan, right? The reason he's sent out is because he has the best spawn. You want him to get out before the Molotovs and get that opening. The opening then allows the players from either Pop Dog or T-Card to push and flood in towards the A-bomb site. And the idea behind it is to have lightning fast pace that the CTs can't deal with. But Ambush set up perfectly for that, and they could deal with it simply. And SKADE had no idea what to do when their initial plan didn't work. They didn't have a fallback. So now they're back on pistols. Rocking sent in again to try and cause problems. This time on B, Larson gets tagged up, misses the shot, and the Molotov comes in from his teammate.
Now, last time when these two teams faced, it was SKADE who posted up 8 rounds on their T side, but they started off with 6 of them in a row. Slightly different this time around. So if Ambush can get off to, I don't know, just take the first half on their CT side and be a bit more confident, they clearly have a T side that's usable as well. As the push comes in down onto the lower B bomb site, only one player up high, and they're just getting ripped apart. Yes, they don't have the weaponry, but this is such a just defensive key hold from Ambush. They were completely ready for that.
59 seconds, just under a minute in play. SKADE, just with pistols, seeing what they can do. They just wanted to do some damage, cause a couple of rebuys, at least keep that economy modest, because yes, Ambush have a brilliant buy in this round, but they don't have too much reserve cash. So if you were to drop a few of them, rebuys would be very expensive, especially with a double AWP immediately being picked up into round number 4.
No problems at all, 5 alive, and they can keep a good amount of utility. Not much spent at all there for Ambush. And that's key for Train as well, right? Holding on to your economy for this, because the AWP is going to be pivotal. Already with the double AWP setup is one thing, but Larson is going to want that 9 times out of 10 when it comes to a map like Train. Denny, though, he had a fantastic Inferno. We said he needs to deliver that kind of style of play. When it comes to Train, he'll be looking to try and fight back against this now. He's got the big green gun in his hands.
This is good utility usage from Ambush. That Molotov coming in early prevents them from running out early on towards the A bomb site. And I think we've seen the early sign that that's the playstyle SKADE want to go with. And on Inferno, the only way they were winning was when they sent a man just crazy up banana and found that opening kill. So that's clearly a playstyle that SKADE love to do, is just initial aggression and slow the pace down once you get that initial kill. But if Ambush are preventing them from doing so with their Molotovs and getting a lot of map control on the CT side, which is exactly the way Ambush like to play, then SKADE have a lot of problems coming their way. They're going to feel very suffocated on this T side of Train. And you know from just even playing your own games, when you are in a situation on Train and you're just losing every T round, you can start to feel your mindset start to crumble. Rainwaker is going to find that opening, finally picked it up, under a minute in play, and SKADE look to try and execute finally.
CK is going to have to hold on so strong here. Needs to be good for more than just one. Sees the utility being used, avoids the flashes, and he won't be able to get it. And Raftu, with the spray down, Berry becomes part of the collateral damage there as Larson falls as well. Doctor's all on his own, and the best thing he can probably hope for is just saving that weapon. But Spellin comes around the corner, actually manages to tag him up a fair bit. SG in hand and Doctors. He's expecting them to continue to push towards him. It's Denny doing the damage, and it's Denny finding the kill. Nice, clean round for SKADE, really. Only Spellen going out of it. What they certainly needed to find a way back in, and it wasn't anything too special. It was just a pretty default execute. You saw them use the smokes out at the very beginning, onto main, and ultimately it was the Ivy push that helped them secure it.
Yeah, they just wait for the utility to come in from ambush. They don't try and force any fights early. And when they push through Ivy, they just win that one engagement. And that immediately spirals things out of control. Good stuff from SKADE. We'll see if they can make it consistent, though. Finding rounds in a row is sometimes the difficult part for teams. And while Doctors is going to be under pressure for the first time, in towards Ramp, he goes with the... No, he doesn't even. I thought for sure he was getting at least that one kill, but Rocking gets rid of him. That's super unfortunate. Now ambush. Is this just going to be the safe call? They're running away. They've lost the B-bomb site. Retaking it with no utility and no kits is impossible, so they've just got to save. That was not great, I have to say, from Doctors, but sometimes it does be like that.
I love this from Spellen. That's twice now. He's gone away from the bomb. He knows that the round's secure, and he'll just go on the hunt and do some additional damage. Yeah. Anything you can take away from ambush here is key.
Also doesn't want to throw away a Shield, so maybe walking into the Lion's Den completely is ill-advised, but certainly trying to chip away at them as much as possible is a good call. But Raftu on the back lines, hunting for at least one more close player. By this point, ambush have such a good hold that they should be able to carry everything over, and indeed they will. Larson, most importantly, gets the AWP into the next round, and we've seen him step up really well in Inferno, and he's shown immediately here that he likes to go for these aggressive peaks as well. We've seen that in towards T-Con, so we'll see if that's a consistent thing. He's got to deliver a lot of impact, especially in this kind of round where you have two players on your team with MP9s. And this is kind of like a last stand by as well from Ambush. If they lose this one, then they're right back to a low buy. SKADE can start to build up momentum on the T side. Like you said earlier, they won 6-0 up on the T side in the last time these two teams played. So we know SKADE can go on a bit of a tear on the T side.
And that's the thing, if they can start chaining these rounds together, it may have been a 4-0 deficit to start off with. But they can certainly come back into it. That's what they're looking to do here and now. CK aware of what's going on around him, but the push comes into the lower site, and Doctors, it's perfect to have an MP9 that up close. Rockin' snuck through, they can't see each other, the flashes were working out, but Rouse, he's holding strong, M4 in hand. Rockin', he bites the dust. Rain is going to come back in though, he'll find that next one. It's still a disadvantage for the T side, and they want to try and get that bomb, but Spellen reposition themselves, find Berry over the smoke, and that's what you want to hit.
Yeah, great shot. Now into a 2v2. They look to try and hold the site as Rainwaker just stands on default. He'll check his left and his right, but his teammate boosts up CK, finding one a second as well. And CK just continues to deliver multi-frags. It's another double. And while the defuse can come through now as well, none of them have a kit. Please get on the ball. Thank you very much. There we go. Didn't want to see a G2 be pulled in. They find a kit as well, so they sourced that. Info was there. They're picking up everything they can off the battlefield. The spoils of war. And now 5-2, timeout finally coming through from SKADE. This is definitely needed. They just lost a prime opportunity for them to start to develop on this T side, because they had a buy there that was far superior than what the CT's brought to the table. They had 2 MP9s in play and an AWP and a few rifles, yeah, but overall SKADE had the better buy and they've tossed that one away. They have an investment coming into this one though, Banks, and this is really a round that we have to see SKADE do well in. Otherwise, all that money's gone and all the chances of the T side success are gone as well. For at least the upcoming rounds.
Yeah, they're in an up and down moment for it, right? The buy will come in. Some players do have a bit more money than others, but they can't afford too much with it. It will be a costly mistake if they start to struggle on posting up these rounds. That bomb plant coming in was key, obviously, on the previous. But Denny, I want to see him get a bit more active in taking some of these challenges here.
Yeah, he was very proactive on Inferno. He was also a big factor as to why Ambush were falling so effectively in a lot of these T-side pushes. So
did he see him? I think CK spotted him, but now if he pushes into it, the shadow.
Oh. I hate that. I hate that angle so much because you don't know what's in there. You know maybe there's one, yeah, but moving forward, you've got to be aware of the shadow advantage. And while Rouse will find himself a headshot, Rainwaker gone, it's still a 4v4, but continuing to push forward, getting in behind them. Larson with one kill on the AWP. This is all falling to pieces for the T side. It was looking good at a certain point, but the kills, they keep ringing in.
Oh,
and there it is.
Rouse.
Rouse is just unbelievable. 1 HP, 4 kills, and 6-2 on the board.
Rouse was everywhere between those middle trains, back and forth, delivering damage, able to get the kills on there. And it was looking very scary. Berry had that molly at his feet. He didn't know where to look, where to turn with the AWP in hand. That's how you want to see it go down. And that now puts Ambush with a 4-round lead. And this will be the last buy coming in for SKADE, unless they get the win here. And again, they're not giving Denny a point to like actually look around and do much of the AWP, because they're going for quite fast contact plays straight onto the site. They get the opening kill like they saw onto CK, and they just go forward, and it doesn't really allow Denny to have an opportunity to open anything up for him.
The only real success they've ever got is off the back of slower approaches as well. We've seen that round where they played it slow-witted at the utility and then executed from Ivy, but I don't know, SKADE seem to live and die by the sword.
Sometimes falling on top of it.
Yeah. Just killing themselves like Seppuku. Well, Larson will find himself a double, holding on. Good kill from Dogfish. Will only be one, didn't really need to reface, but he was feeling it. He was feeling himself. He wanted to go for another peak. You can't blame him for that. Advantages is massive here on Ambush. Dennis will pull it back though with a good kill on towards Larson. Spellin holding off this advance back into the B-bomb site from the CT side. They don't even want to play retake. They want to stop them from getting it, and that's a problem. Spellin finds another and spots the player in the ramp rooms. They've got info in this 2v2. The only whereabouts that they don't know is Berry back up on top of or CK, should I say, back up on top of Heaven. He will be spotted. Dennis Law gets rid of him. Now it's Berry alone. He's relocated back from ramp and he's going through the connector, but Dennis Law has the right read. He spots him. He gets the kill. What a recovery from SKADE. Spelling with those 2 huge kills and Dennis Law just picking off everyone.
Yeah, Denny was in the back lines, and once he got into it, that's what he delivered, right? We spoke about his movement. We spoke about the style of AWP that he uses. Well, that was one to save the day alongside Spellham for that key round, and that was just as the money was starting to get low from them. But on the CT side, they're now the ones that are going to struggle. The rebuys that have had to come in, how close some of these rounds have got. Tactical pulls for SKADE. And this is actually the right time to do it, right? You take a win that was looking very likely that you weren't going to even get it. And now you have an opportunity to really define how you want to take on the rest of this round. And remember, if SKADE can turn this around and start to chain up a few more rounds here, maybe end of a 9-6, then Ambush are going to be in a scary situation. They didn't win the first map, right? It's going to be a do-or-die moment here for Ambush and what they can deliver. MP9's coming out, though. I respect it. Especially how fast SKADE have gone on the last few rounds when they've just barreled in. Especially the inside hits.
They also know if they somehow win this, the money from SKADE is not in a good position, so they'll be putting themselves back into a pretty comfortable position. Ambush, 6-3. This is definitely just throwing stuff at a wall and hoping it'll stick there because they've just got nothing in the round. But SKADE will see what they can do. They need to start posting consistent rounds on the board. Larson straight away in towards Pop Dog. He has got the CZ close by. Molotov will clear the close corner, but not actually inside of Pop Dog itself. The nade will do that. The double nade landing. Larson, 9 HP, but still, he manages a kill. And he walks away with a rifle, and not for long will he get to hold on to it, though. Raftu was immediately available for the trade, and now Berry looks to hold on. Close quarters, Raftu gets rid of him as well. Headshot after headshot being delivered, and the round should be on the board as well, as long as they just get rid of these last 3 players.
Yeah, Raftu, point man when it came to that. The fact he was able to get the kill onto Larson instantly avoids them suffering a lot of fate coming their way in the hands of his AK that he wasn't able to pick up from Pop Dog. And now Ambush, they don't want to challenge us. Their aim here is to potentially get weapons if possible. With CK and Doctors having the head armor as well, you definitely don't want to lose that going into the next. SKADE will comfortably be able to pick up this round now, make it 6-4. Only losing Spellin as well, it's a big help for him. It's crazy how Larson even got away with that CZ kill. Yeah. Both nades came in, most people start to get a little bit scared or back away.
He's dropping, he wrecks them immediately. SKADE with 4 now on the board. pretty good stuff. Starting to recover well. And we generally talk about the T side again of Trey being difficult. When you find 5, I think that's enough. Obviously, with a team like SKADE, who've shown that they have T side proficiency, you kind of want them to get a little bit more. And they're in a position to get more than 5. If they win this one, they've already got 5 on the board. Yeah, Ambush will buy into the next round after this, but they've still got a lot to play with. They've just got to win these rounds, because you can't lose against Pistols and MP9s and Deagles, right? We see that too often. A lot of teams don't win the rounds they should, and that costs them.
And especially right now, when you're looking at Ambush, if they got away with a win on a round like this, and the MP9s can do some damage, it's the additional money on top of the weapon we usually pick up alongside it.
Yeah.
For SKADE, it's about just playing your game. You've got Spellin, you can use as bait a bit with a MAC-10.
Oh, they're not quite accurate shots from CK. Eventually will land 1. Spellin does get rid of him on the MAC-10 though. Now Larsen's turn. He picks up the Deagle off his teammate's corpse and will back away. Just over a minute in play now for the T side. And they're ready for that boost, or at least he was. He went back. And that's a perfect shine of just timing not really being there at times. We'll see what Rocking can do. Here comes the double drop. Conveyor belt of death as the double lines up. And it's all on the berry now in a 1v5. Just the Deagle to play with. And it's going to be a 5th on the board now for SKADE.
Spellin, 2 kills up with a MAC-10, some additional money made. 5th round secured as SKADE. Start to feel their confidence coming back a little bit now on their T side. Full buy finally for Ambush though. They feel like they've waited for a long time for this one. Larsen does have a glass cannon AWP though. That's going to be their only downfall with it, alongside a bit of missing utility. Spellin's still rocking the MAC-10 as well, and I respect it. Why not? No need to buy up into it fully yet. Just with a lack of head armor, Spellin starts off with 1 and 2. Larsen with the glass cannon, up close and personal. They weren't even able to get into position. The B bust, it works out beautifully for SKADE and Ambush. They are going to save. This is the only option they have. They don't want to challenge a 5v3. And Rockin', well, he wants to rock some faces. He might be meeting CK very shortly. Sees the shadow, but pre-fires it a little bit too early there, mate.
Yeah, well, flashbang goes through from Denislaw. This is Operation get rid of everything possible on Ambush's hands. It's not a really catchy name, but you know what it'll do.
The new CSGO operation.
Yeah. I feel like CSGO operations are always just random words.
Shattered web.
Shattered web, yeah. CK finds himself a double. Last player is now Denislaw, and he will be picked off. So 4K from CK. Builds his stats, keeps his weapons. AWP thrown out over. Ambush have a chance to win this next one. But 6 already for SKADE. Pretty impressive stuff. We move into this next round where we really need to start seeing Ambush start to post rounds at this point. This is their map pick. CT side, you need to start posting more. Otherwise, this could be very scary indeed.
And we said about it was close enough last time, right? 16-14. A great start for Ambush, 4-0, but that's now turned to 6-6 to SKADE. They start to find their form, start to find their flow of things. Oh, Denny, fast, straight in there, takes down Doctors. The B site is open, it is empty. The molly's going to go straight over. Larsen's got to be careful of that. Larsen does manage to kill onto Rocking. He can save the day a little bit, but so much comes towards him. And then the flames from Spellin at his feet will take him down, and Rouse even takes 40 points of damage from it as well. They're not looking, they seem a bit flustered. Denny can still stay alive.
I always love when players stand in the Molotov until it stops doing damage and then throw the smoke. Well, Denislaw is going to throw the flash up into the air. They look to try and hold this off. Berry gets 1 kill. The CT side moving forward with Pierce. They find themselves kill after kill, and Denislaw, not the position you want to be in with an AWP. And now Rimwicker, alone in the world, spotted by CK, or at least spammed down anyway. The defuse is coming through. There's just enough time to get it. It's going to be Ambush taking the retake. 7-6. And Denislaw, he hit some nutty shots to open things up, but definitely needed to do more there in that position. He was just under so much pressure, he couldn't get away. And the round goes in favor of Ambush. The CT side, they finally get another one on the board.
And a good time for a T-side call-out, because that you should have never lost. You
Yep.
had the most perfect opening from Denny. He came so fast into that B site, takes down Doctors. Then after that, Larson burns away, the AWP's taken out of it, and somehow a 3v5 manages to work out in Ambush's favor. Beautiful retake. It worked out just flawlessly there. CK at the final one as well, managing to find him in the smoke, just has a guess of where he might be. But SKADE, they will be sat there thinking, how on earth did we let that happen? Buy from both sides is going to be pretty good, though.
Yeah, that's the problem for Ambush, because SKADE still have reserve cash even after buying again. So if Ambush lose this one, then obviously the money's gone. But if they win it, but lose 4 players or lose 3 players, they've still got a little bit of a problem moving into the next round. We'll see what they can do. SKADE are in a good position to try and recover after that mistake in the last round, but we'll see if this B hit is exactly what the Doctor ordered. Doctish looking to try and hold it off. As they come in towards him, he'll find one. A second possible, and he will find it. Spellin gets rid of him, and it's a 2v4. Immediately, the CT side will be happy with how things have played out. They've only lost 1 player. They're in a perfect position, but Dennis Law delivers death from above on the bomb site. They were definitely not expecting that position in a 2v4, but CK on the flank has been the bane of their existence, and Dennis Law cannot flick back. Defuse will come through, and another retake successful for Ambush. SKADE keep getting the bomb plants. They did have some extra cash in the bank, so they should be having a solid buy in this next round as well. But Ambush, they're starting to build the rounds, and that's what is important.
You said it right. You said CK has been the bane of their existence. He's up at 16 for 6 right now. He's the man that's coming in and tearing them apart once those plants have come in. 2 times in a row now, he's been able to do that. And SKADE, they continue to go for these fast plays. It is helping them get into the sites, but they need to work on their after-plant positions, because that's where it all falls apart. They're never in a position already set up to hold on.
Yeah, they pretty much just sacrificed 2 players from upper in that round, so they literally couldn't do anything. And I feel like the utility usage could have been much better. You're just throwing bodies at the bomb site at this point and just hoping that you get enough on the site. But it's the post plants are so weak because they haven't got enough players. Dennis Law does well to find another opening kill. And I wanted them to do this from the start. You know, they were going for the fast plays, but I feel like playing off Dennis Law is probably the best call. But finally they realized. Too late, Banks.
Yeah. we said about how many rounds ago?
Yeah, we should just be the in-game leader for this team.
We'll start coaching. Fine. It's obviously very different for us, though, right? We get X-ray. We can see a whole lot more of what's going on. We've got the cheats enabled.
Me, you know.
We sound like geniuses, but really, we're going to get a little bit of help. Oh, CK, that is unfortunate. Oh. My, oh my. He was worried about them coming down and hunting him, but he now paid the price of a lot of damage coming his way, and he's just going to sit up high and say, well, maybe they won't check me here straight away. I can get 1. 6 health and a dream is what it's going to be for him. The thing is, right, Dennis Law got that opening, and look, still some good amount of flashes, couple of smokes in there. SKADE all on 100 health.
I like how they just didn't play off of it. I love how they just kind of slow it back down, see what they can do, work together. Too many teams at this level decide just to play off one opening, and it's just not a good idea. Well, Rouse is going to be winning. 1 kill coming through, a second as well, and then running right into Rouse and dying. So that is not the way to go. They've lost the advantage. Rockin will get the trade back, so we're still 3v3. We're still even, but there's 18 seconds left to do something. And finally, the bomb will be making its way in towards the B-bomb site, but look at this position up in the brown holes. Rockin could be the linchpin from CT, though, coming through the back lines. Rouse does find another kill. He's been so good in this round already. Spellin does hit the dust, but Dennis Law, still alive, has been so great in these positions. They're up above him, though. Rouse looking to tap away his teammate, but what is that? What a whip! Dennis Law does well, finds another, a 3K, as he descends from the top of the bomb site. It's 7 rounds for SKADE at the half. Pretty solid T side.
Yeah, 8 to 7. Not as many as what SKADE posted up last time around, but certainly enough for a T side on train. But this CT side is going to have to be more than just strong when it comes to it. And Berry, again, he needs to bring up... Remember what he was doing in yesterday's games? Yeah. He was being a bit more sacrificial, being the man going forward first. And he had an air of confidence with it that was giving him an additional amount of kills. And yes, okay, he was the one kind of going out and dying each time, but he was always good for 1, potentially 2. This time around, he's starting to struggle a bit more. And SKADE, they've become our favoured team with the live odds on GG.Bet here on Train. And if you want to go over to GG.Bet and place any bets, use a code GG.Bet.com. It's GG.Bet.com, and that'll give you a 125% deposit bonus. So whatever you put into the bank, you'll get 125% back. Hey, why not? Go enjoy it.
Double flash and also for Larson. The rest of Kevlar. Oh, and straight away, Berry was trying to be that front man, but he is forced back by 1 or 2 shots. Another push through Ivy. Looked like it was going to come through, but ambush, dip in, dip out, and they're gone.
Dip in, dip out, and he's gone. I love it. I think that might be a thing, right? Because Berry maybe not playing as good as he'd want to, so he's lost that confidence to go and actually take those fights.
Yeah. It's like yesterday when he takes some shots, he just commits to the fight.
Yeah.
But this time he's, well, I'll go out, get info, and then run away. And yeah, he is a little bit more passive. It's weird how that's changed in one day. Just literally a couple of hours later.
Same with anything, right? I think a lot of fans don't give enough credit to this, that everyone in life can just generally have like a bad day, right?
Oh, yeah.
And
Fans
so,
just expect players to be robots.
Yeah, like, you don't know, something personal might have happened. I'm not saying that's what the case is, but just in any moment. What we're looking at now is pistol power coming out, Spellen running out of bullets, and he runs straight into him. Larson will take him down. Still 3 versus 3, but Larson, he's going for the charge, but he can't land the shots. Rocking goes down next, and they're just trading it out.
Raftu was trying to shoot Doctish, but his aim wasn't quite accurate enough, and while Raftu does find the follow-up as well. Raftu's a little lucky there, because he was obviously trying to drop Doctish, but the player behind him was the player that got headshotted. So, you know, you're never going to complain. But pretty nice stuff in the pistol overall from SKADE. They get it recovered. They find themselves the even round number of 8. And while 8-8, scoreline even again. It's going to be an investment from Ambush after getting the bomb plant. So that means we can get the Kriegs in play. And damn, this is scary. You always hate going up against this.
It's just like, oh, we won a round. Oh, no, we're facing Kriegs.
Yep.
Great.
Yeah, we've lost so many players, and we lost the bomb plant. So, you know what? We might as well have lost the pistol at this point. But this buy is pretty decent from Ambush. 2 Kriegs, 2 Deagles, a Galil. We'll see if they can find an opening. And, of course, Berry will find it on the SG.
That's the one, right? That's what we're looking for from Berry. Go out there, be the entry fragger, make it work. And oh, they're lining up so much damage, and CK goes down to his teammate. But look at Doctiz and Rouse. They're so low now. This still gives SKADE a fighting chance in it, despite having the numbers disadvantage. It'll slow back down now. Ambush, they know they're going to look for another opening before they take a challenge here, but all it would take is a nade that Rockin has in his hands, and it could end the lives of a couple of players here. It's Berry and Larson that'll have to be the key players when it comes to taking the initial fights and going further forward. I love this from Raftu. He knows it's time to potentially make a play, but does he know what's going on? Oh, he might have heard that. Spellen takes down Larson. That makes this fight easier. This boost happened, but Berry missed the jump, made some noise, so Raftu should be well aware that people are standing by.
Oh, that resmoke is perfect. Berry got caught in it, gets sprayed away, and now the last 2 players are 10 HP combined.
10 health versus 300. Doctors, real Rouse, show us what you got. I feel like I'm the talking heads from Rick and Morty.
This would be like, you know, Ip Man.
Yes.
Taking on everyone.
You're talking about the one where he's like in the circle, it's like 100 men just coming at him.
For the bags of rice, you know. Well, Raftu is going to find Doctish, and now Rouse really does have to be a master of Wing Chun.
Dun, 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 dun. He might get the headshot angle.
10 seconds.
Oh!
No bomb, but a shot comes through. Now the last player just needs to hide. Spellen hides in Ivy. There's not enough time to win this, so he'll hide in the corner, let the round go down, and he can actually just maybe kill him after time here as well. That'd be worth it. And there's the kill. No money. $650. That's not even enough for a bag of rice.
Boom, boom, a bag of rice. How much rice are you buying, man? You're living in some like really expensive world.
Norwegian rice, dude.
My God.
Norway is stupidly expensive, actually.
Bodybuilders around the world eating rice and chicken cry at the $650 price tag.
In CS world, everything's inflated.
Yep.
In-game knives are literally worth thousands of dollars when you could buy them for like $50. Rocking, making his way up. MP9 in hand, it's Raftu getting rid of Rouse. Good kill coming through as well. Rocking's able to pick it up. Spray coming through. The MP9 to pick it up. Money. And CK, well, he's left alone. Deagle picked up now. Let's see if he can do anything. And the answer is 100% no. 10-8, double figures for SKADE. Can they close this in 2-0 fashion?
Now, even with this buy coming out from Ambush, right, what they need to change here is Berry needs to get those openings again. But they also need to play off it when he gets the first opening. Last time he picked it, they fell back. They had a good chance. They potentially should have won the round, and it still went against them. I want to see him make a move off of it. They should now, after a few rounds, understand generally, roughly where SKADE are playing.
Yeah, especially with limited utility, right? You're going to have too many options. So if you find this opening, you definitely want to try and play off of it. But Larson,
the push, they're so confident.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. SKADE have just sent a player in towards T-Con. Luckily, they're aware of the possibility. Now Berry, because they've changed the position so much, he can just find a kill. A little bit too...
Wait, so who was looking at Ivy? I guess.
one.
Yeah.
They left it open.
Damn.
Dennis Law coming back to repress. There's just a lapse in judgment. You know, they don't really have to call there, but what the hell? The smoke fades. Berry has no idea that it had just faded. And he does fall to the death of the SG. Dennis Law looking for a little bit more. Has a flashbang going around the corner. Spellin finding headshots. This is not great so far from Ambush, but a great recovery from SKADE. They patch up that hole.
That teamwork from Spellin and Denny there. Denny gets the opening. Spellin goes to look and reposition. The flash comes in. Larson can't do anything with the AWP. He can't defend. That's what you want to see.
45 seconds to make a play here, Ambush. They have got one prong in towards Pop Dog, and CK is going to start launching himself out of it. But rapid position was so strong, but Doctish still wins the aim duel. Now we're into a 3v3. HP advantage still on the CT side, and a kill now to boot. All on Larson, 1v2, 25 seconds. Up in his hands. He'll make his way in towards the site. He'll check Pop Dog, no one there. Bomb plan can start to come through, and he'll punch the digits through. At least he's got the money in the bank for the next round. But winning this is impossible. Dennis Law swings wide, catches him with the SG, and there it is. Another for SKADE, 11-8. Really starting to worry now for Ambush. They find yet another kill there towards Pop Dog and Ivy from Berry. Can't really do too much off of it. So now it's going to be a situation where Ambush will start to get money back in the bank, but what can they do with this? You know, they're not going to have the AWP. They're not going to have that utility that they want. Do they just take a half buy here? Let SKADE go to 12, buy fully into the next, and hope that's enough success? But no, the call is to invest. The Krieg's coming through.
Problem is, yeah, okay, we see a timeout coming. That's all the timeouts now from SKADE.
Yeah, it was from
They've
SKADE
used
as
them
well.
effectively, yeah. It's like we're comfortable. We've now won 4 in a row. We're going to look and try and make it 5. It's going to have an understanding of maybe what they'll try to do.
If they win this, if they win 5 in a row, they're likely to win 6 in a row, right? Because take a look at Ambush's money after this. Not going to be in a good place. They do have max loss bonus, so eventually they'll start getting buys pretty consistently. But
yeah, if you get the plant and it's like constant buy plant, buy plant.
But then again, that's just not enough because you need round wins. And SKADE at this point will be in a really good position, maybe just to close the series 2-0. But we'll see whether or not they can do that. The AWP in the hands of Dennis Law. Love to see it. He's been so good, in particular on the CT side as well.
Remember here, look at the utility. All the utility apart from 2 mollies and a flash already gone. There's a minute 20 left on the board. They're down 2 men. Berry's on 6 health. Ambush.
Back it up.
Not looking pretty.
Just run away. This round is...
Oh, okay, Berry. 6 health and a dream, and he still gets the kill.
Yeah, I kind of feel like Rainwaker can probably just fall off that angle at this point. You know, he didn't have to stay up there, but has enough confidence. They have the extra advantage to play with, so fair enough. But Doctish, he's still in T-Con. Rouse has relocated back in towards Ivy. Wants to try and make his way through here. And Raf, two players coming this way. If he catches up Berry, that's a perfect kill. He's 6 HP. 1 bullet would do it. Rouse coming through the other side. He's the front man, and now Berry alone. 6 HP and Ivy. Didn't push with his teammate. So the trade isn't possible just yet. Doctish making space, moving forward. Now Berry needs to spring into action, and he's left alone. 6 HP. Don't know why he was the last man to be called into action, but Rocky will get rid of him, and it's 12 on the board for SKADE. Likely to be even more because this is going to be a pretty bad buy, half buy coming
Didn't get the SG. He was like,
oh. I hear that's the thing in competitive rule set. the freeze time you have between winning the round and then restarting for the next one is much smaller. So finding those weapons on the floor becomes just a quick operation. And if you can't get them, then unfortunate.
Now this buy for Ambush, we're expecting something a lot faster here. Maybe we'll see what can catch SKADE off guard. Doctor's already far enough forward. He hasn't been seen just yet, but then he goes out into the open and no one was close enough for that Mach 10 to do some real damage. Rao's already, he's eaten a fair amount himself and he'll go down very shortly if he continues to push into Ivy as the rest of them pushing into this lower B bomb site. Bombs on the floor and Berry loses his head, rocking. He's doing exactly what his name is. Rouse did end up backing away from Ivy. He had no armor either, just the Deeg, and he's hoping someone might decide to push position. But really, he's just praying and waiting.
SKADE 13 on the board now at this point. 3 away from victory in the series. This could be a very convincing scoreline on Ambush's map pick. But this next buy is going to be a telltale sign of whether or not Ambush will be able to compete on Trin. Nice shot. That is a very nice shot at long range, but it is only the 1 kill. Unfortunately for Ambush, they don't get too much done in that round. And well, by coming back in, it's Larson immediately on the AWP. Do we see Ambush start to take a leaf out of SKADE's book towards the end of that T side? You know, they find Larson to find these openings. He's definitely a player I feel like has been underutilized here on Trin as well. 13 and 15. Berry seems to be the guy trying to open up the rounds, which is strange.
They've both gone for this style of play, which is interesting. I'm not saying every round you need to use the AWP to go and have an opening for it, right? But if you're looking at maybe a main pick or that lower, like look how much success SKADE had when Denny was just going for them peaks down onto the lower bomb site.
Well, they're trying to use him this time in towards Ivy. Rimwaker is close by, and there's the opening. Rimwaker close by, doesn't get a single kill. He needed 1 there. But now the advantage sides with Ambush. Spell and Elsewhere was able to get 1 kill at least.
CK jumps into his own flames, does manage to get the kill. That could have been quite awkward, but they're still going to be up with 4 men now. CK well aware of Rockin's position as he jumps down. The flames back at CK's feet, but he'll just back away out of it. Smoke will cut it off.
I wondered for a second why Rockin just pre-fired Pop Dog, but then I seen when we cut to his perspective, it was a smoke down. That makes a lot more sense. But 9 on the board for Ambush, 13-9 overall. And while everyone has money here apart from Rimwaker and Raftu, so they can get a drop over from a few of their teammates. But this is now a point where SKADE might be in a position where they don't have money moving forward.
Yeah, a lot harder on that CT side. And those odds, they're getting worse now for Ambush, despite that round win coming in.
Well, they have a chance to change that with this investment. 3 SGs, AWP, AK for Doctish. Double up setup here for SKADE, and this is something that was really good for them on Inferno. We'll see if it works this time. Oh my god!
Oh god! Oh, that was just awkward for everyone involved.
MP9, that's what's good in those sort of crazy situations, but still Ambush come out on top. They've got the advantage.
Helen just out in the open, that just made no sense. Caught off guard, Ambush now going to get 2 rounds in a row potentially. Denny, you better just save, mate.
And here comes the comeback. You thought for a second this one was going to be a quick one and done. But no. These teams never give up. Always a close match between them.
Definitely.
Now with the money situation over on SKADE, it's likely to get to the point where it might be even close to evening the scoreline up. SKADE give themselves such a great buffer. And this happened on Inferno, right? When they got 13 rounds on the board, they let it completely slip. So maybe 13 is their unlucky number, as it is for so many.
It really is. 13 and 14. It's always that one where things start to change, things start to slow down. They look so confident, and then they go, wait. We still have a few more rounds to grab, you know? 16 is the magic number. Though at this point, right? If you think now it's going to be a low buy eco, just some upgraded pistols, there is a good chance of this evening up. This is a good chance of a game potentially with overtime on the cards.
Yeah.
Be very fitting for these two teams. And this is what happens at this level of CS, right? They end up playing each other so many times. Across many of these online cups and one-day tournaments, stuff like that, as Denny Well, he had the AWP in hand. Spellen's going to go back and grab it and see what he can do this time because Larson bested him. Oh dear. Spellen tried the Superman and Berry's just ripping him apart. He's going in for the eco frags galore here with only rocking remains, and well, his hope is just on maybe grabbing a weapon if he can.
No more timeouts for SKADE, so that's something to keep an eye on as well. They can't actually take a pause when things start to get rough, so they'll not be taking one after this. They've just got to take their time and maybe consider what they can do here on the CT side. They don't get a single kill on this one. Money is back in the bank, but they're not going to have that double AWP or even a single AWP at this. Oh, okay. Dennis Law does go for the single AWP. He had just enough money for it, and he buys it.
He did it last time as well.
He has picked up quite a lot of glass cannons, and I think you definitely want to get the AWP in his hands. We'll see whether or not this is impactful enough, though. They need this round win, and it's not a good-looking buy, I'm going to be honest. You've got an MP9 and FAMAS and a glass cannon in there. And then the two players with M4s and Kevlar don't even have helmets, and also, it doesn't really matter because you're going up against AKs, Kriegs, and AWP, but you don't have utility.
And the utility right has been so key for SKADE of how they've controlled outside. Inside's not been hit that much from Ambush, in all fairness. Already some aggression coming into team main, but they'll back away straight off of it. $13 for 11, this is a key round. If SKADE can get it, there's still plenty of money for Ambush here. They're loving life. But it means that SKADE can fight back with a little bit more force, but it has to be a clean kind of win. Spellum right on the edge. Denny hoping someone's going to wrap round. They're relying on Ambush wanting to push towards CT. Drop's going to come in, and Rain, you're just out in the open, mate. That's not how you want to see it go down. Raftu jumps off the train, and he's just spraying in the open. Denny's actually able to grab one. That must now have to be key. Spellum making it work, but he's only good for one, and then he's down and out of it. Rocking now in a 1v3. He has to land it. He has to deliver it. He starts off strong, but it's not meant to be. CK is there, ready and waiting to get the refrag, and a 12th round secured. Ambush looking to even it up as SKADE's money is in the dustbin.
Well, 13-12. This is unbelievable that this comeback has happened. And we will be in a situation that we may be seeing all of the rounds come through, maybe even the bonus ones that we've seen on Inferno. And again, first best of 3 of the day, we've still got more. And the thing is for these two teams, you get through the slog of a battle, right? And you still have another best of 3 you have to play later on.
You do get a break of another best of 3 in the meantime, though, yeah, which is a positive for him, but still, it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be easy. The grind of online CS, the grind to win money, playing the game you love.
Could be a rematch of one of yesterday's games as well.
Yeah.
Ooh. Well, CK does get rid of Rainwaker, man advantage on the T side. Ambush looking to try and get that 13th. Well, not too many problems. Berry gets away, Spellin sees him running away. Just want to seize the opportunity and follow him. Instead, we'll let them just back off and hold inside of the site. Oh. So Rockin's going to get info for his team, but if Rockin decides to walk around this corner, that's an opening in towards B. They might as well just run off of it. The timing was nearly poor, but he finds the bomb. Trait comes through, Larson able to find it. Now Raftu might just try and get in behind, but you can see CK aware of the possibility of a flank. Denislaw pushes through T-Con, 45 seconds. Still time for Ambush to play with, and Raftu, he's been spotted.
Raftu, he was getting the hell out of there real quick. Spellum wants to play off the edge of this smoke, and it might work out for him. You can hear it all.
He just can't see it.
Oh, CK gets saved. This is huge. This could play out really well.
This is perfect. There's the
bomb goes. Oh, but very straight on top of it. Now it's all up to Raftu. It's a 1v2. He's got the Deg in hand. He gets tagged up to 18 health. It seems like the dream could be over. Yeah. No headshot landed. Doctors finishes him off. No problem at all. Even Stevens are at 13-13. The next round will take the lead. The buy will come in now from SKADE, and, well, this buy has to be the one that delivers for him.
Double ult setup is something they've gone towards quite well. Rainwaker is having such a quiet game. He's 7 kills right now as well. But he's picked up the AWP. We'll see whether or not he can do anything with it. This is perhaps a way to get him into this game. going to be Spellin. Oh no, CK sees the smoke come through. Spellin wants to play in beneath it. Good kill from Rainwaker. That's his 8th kill of the game. Ral's gone. Man advantage picked up for the CT side. They need this, SKADE. They can't afford to let it slip, and Denislaw finds the follow-up. Larson spots 2 heads. He knows they're up there. Good kill. Raf2 peeks in towards him. Makes it easy for him. He's going for the ambitious jump shot on the AWP. Rainwaker backs into a different position, is looking in towards Ivy. Doctish is alone in Ivy, so it would be quite ill-advised if he was to peek on his own with no utility whatsoever. So he's going to stay there.
Yeah, the only thing Doctish can do is
flash himself in.
Flash himself in. Yeah, that's the problem. He can't react straight off the back of it as Rockin takes a lot of damage. Smokes down the molly in front of it. Larson pushing forward. The spray comes in and he does manage to get away with one. The bomb's on the floor and CK actually has to expose himself to go grab it. Throws the molly over.
Rainwaker prevented from going forward. Could have got into a better position on the backlines, but he's held back. The flank! Doctish picks it up. Rainwaker gone. And a 2v2 with a player inside of the connector. This is looking good, but the flank from Heaven, he was not ready for that. CK hits the deck, and now on towards the bomb. The defuse, it's being stuck. Doctish, he has a Molotov. Use your goddamn Molotov, dude. Why?
He's not used any of his utility.
Oh, dude, man, this is not the way this should go. Oh my god. Doesn't even reach the bomb.
He did a lot of damage to him, in fairness, but you shouldn't have lost that round.
Why?
And it was a 10-second defuse.
You hear the tap, just throw the Molotov. At least something. You just expect him to peek into it. I think after the first second you throw the Molotov, that's unfortunate. The good old technical pause coming in. I wonder what technical issue this could potentially be. The technical problem of maybe running out of tactical pauses for SKADE. It's just a technicality.
You know, that last minute, like, oh I kicked my mouse cable out of my computer.
Oh no, TeamSpeak has somehow broken again. We also have this joke, it's like, what? I've never had an issue with TeamSpeak.
No, never.
And players seem to have it every game. There seems to be one TeamSpeak problem.
I get it, like LAN events and stuff, that makes sense, right? Different setup, you're playing on them. You've got a coach in there and stuff, it's all different setup and who can talk when. Like online, it's pretty standard.
Yeah.
Servers are pretty legit these days. Oh, Berry out in the open, finds himself an opportunity, will only get one though.
If he didn't get that one, that would have been a nightmare,
CK
but Spellin
walks into it.
Yep,
They're getting ripped.
Yeah, they're getting absolutely destroyed. Spellin with those good kills. Now Doctish in the back lines outside of Ivy. Rals and Doctish trying to make their way forward, but this round is pretty much done unless one kill from Rals opens things up.
1v3. Rals, he has been strong, but not on his side. SKADE, they grab the 15th round. And they're 1 round away from taking this 2-0. These games have been tight. We saw a double OT on Inferno. SKADE narrowly took the victory. Ambush, they've given it all they've got. And now, money, they just about have enough. They've come in with a buy. Plenty of utility. And interestingly enough, Rain is going to be stuck on an MP9 for this round. I'm guessing going to be sitting in Pop Dog or up close on lower.
We'll see what they have in their back pocket. SKADE need this. Nid coming through. They want to try and close it as quickly as possible. If they do not win this, then the comeback is certainly going to happen. Ambush will do their best, but look at this. This is ridiculous. Rainwaker already in T-Con. Manages 1 kill and he gets away alive. That's the important part, that he stays alive.
And he did it with the MP9. Worked out beautifully for him. CK, they were able to find the 1 frag in there. This is nice. This could be the 0 change.
He doesn't see him? He's on top of green. Finally, he's spotted. Barry will see him. Oh no, CK not ready for that. And Raf2 manages 2 from that position. Now it's all on Rals and Larson to see if they can pull it off. And no, Raf2 was this play. He gets on the edge of the smoke. He doesn't see him cross. And now Rocking, pushing forward, catches the bomb. And now it's all on Rals. The 1 versus 3 with the bomb nowhere near him. This is going to be very difficult indeed. He'll make his way towards Con. He'll find the headshot of Denislaw, but winning the round becomes more difficult now that they know where his last whereabouts is. And with the time, he'll run forward. He's caught in Pop Dog, and the kill is there. Rocking seals the deal. SKADE take a 2-0 win. And yeah, that was a long one.
Yeah, very long one, back and forth across the board. Double OT in our first game, and then going on to train. Ambush's pick, one they were looking strong in. They were certainly having a good start, but SKADE, they never gave up, and even when the chips were down, they were pulling off some feats that probably shouldn't have even been able to happen.
Yeah, that was, it felt like a chance for Ambush to come back at the end there. If they win that bye, we like to see overtime again. So it was another close affair. Ambush just unfortunately can't pick up a single map. But there is positive signs for this team moving forward. A couple of those players could definitely do some good things in the future. And for me, SKADE are looking like the best teams out of what we've got left.
Yeah, definitely. They're looking good in this last chance qualifying for it, and they move another step forward and closer to the end goal. But next up, we're going to have rocket launchers taking on Brute. We're going to have a few minutes break, but when we come back, it'll be your next best of 3, and we still got 2 more for today. So plenty of Counter-Strike action to come your way. Make sure you stick with us, and we'll see you very soon.